G'day YouTube, Quaker John here. This video is a compilation of 3 videos concerning the Delkevic Exhaust system for the Kawasaki Vulcan S. On April 15th, 2020, I had a 410mm black ceramic /cut Delkevic exhaust fitted to my 2020 Kawasaki Vulcan SE, and this is how it sounded when I picked the bike up.
Okay, I just picked up my Kawasaki Vulcan SE and I'm about to start her up and warm up the engine and hear the exhaust for the first time.
And now on the motorway. Now, Alan is a subscriber of the channel and a regular on live stream. He lives in Michigan, USA. Alan has a 410mm 16-inch black ceramic /cut Delkevic exhaust on his 2019 Vulcan S. And then he fitted a 550mm 21-inch black ceramic bullnose Delkevic muffler to his existing exhaust system. The following video is his comparison of the two exhausts.
This is my 2019 Kawasaki Vulcan S with the 410mm 16-inch black ceramic Delkevic exhaust. I will start it now so that you can hear the sound. This is 2019 Vulcan S with a 21-inch 550mm Delkevic exhaust.
Alan does a drive-by first with the 410mm 16-inch black ceramic /cut Delkevic exhaust. And now a drive-by with the 550mm 21-inch bullnose Delkevic muffler. On September 11, 2020, I had a chat interview with Alan concerning the Delkevic exhaust system, and here is the video. G'day YouTube, Quacker John here. Today I have Alan here with me to discuss the Delkevic exhaust system that he has on his Vulcan S. Alan is from Michigan, USA, and is a subscriber of the channel and a regular on livestream. Welcome, Alan, and thank you for your time.
G'day, YouTube. I'll do that. Anyway, hello, everybody.
Okay, Alan, what didn't you like about the Vulcan S stock exhaust?
What didn't I like? Honestly, it's a personal taste type of arrangement. Some people like the quiet exhaust, but I didn't. It was too quiet. It just didn't have any. I couldn't hear the engine, and I've owned. This is my sixth motorcycle over the years. I've owned 16, 17 cars. All of them have been modified in some form or fashion. And one of the first things I wanted to do was put a little more, if you will, I think the mufflers and the exhaust system is the voice of the motorcycle. So I wanted the motorcycle to have a little better voice. I wanted to be able to hear the engine RPMs and kind of tell what was going on. And I understand Kawasaki's concern with regulations, noise regulations all over the world, Australia, the UK. They have a lot of regulations about the decibel levels that a motorcycle or even cars can produce. And so they're doing all this stuff. And I also understand that the stock exhaust has catalytic converters in it and that kind of thing. So it's heavy and it's very muted. That's the best I can describe it. It's a very muted system, and I didn't particularly like it at all. So I started looking for an aftermarket exhaust.
And what made you choose Delkevic exhaust in particular?
Well, that's a good question. At the time, there were about 4 different manufacturers. There was, well, let's see, there was Two Brothers, there's Dan Motto, there's Delkevic, there was Aero out of the UK, and there may be others. But those are the 4 big brands that you can find online. And I started listening to videos on YouTube with the different exhausts. And my personal opinion is the Dan Mottos are short and very loud, very pipey, if you will. The Two Brothers, they're about the same. Delkevic seemed to have the best tone to me, and Aero had a good tone. The problem with Aero was cost. the Aero system here in the United States is like $1,000, $1,100. It's just really pricey. So that eliminated that. So I was basically coming down to sound and price, and the Delkevic allowed both of those. The other thing is the Delkevic Exhaust that I initially looked at and purchased was the 16-inch system. And they have two kinds. They have the chrome and they have the black ceramic. I really like that black ceramic. I think it really fits the Kawasaki Vulcan S. So that I got a great deal on it from a good friend, and I picked up the 16-inch muffler and put it on. Now my friend, he didn't like the noise. He thought it was too loud. I found it maybe a little high pitched, but I liked the sound. I was able to ride. I could tell engine RPM. I just liked it, and I'm not from the crowd of loud bikes save lives. There's a crowd of people that think that the louder the motorcycle, the safer you are in riding a motorcycle. I get that argument where people think that if they have a very loud motorcycle, that drivers in cars will hear you and it makes you safer. However, we all have had incidences or occasions where we've seen drivers with their windows rolled up. They've got their music going, they're texting, they're dealing with crying babies and kids, or they're just in a hurry. They're not paying attention. I mean, so I don't know if the loud exhaust necessarily get into their ears. And if they're all buttoned up in their car, which a lot of them are, I really, really don't think that they're going to hear the exhaust. If their window is down and they're enjoying the free air, probably, but not if they're all buttoned up in their cars. And how many times have you seen people just drive down the highway and they've got ambulance, type of sirens and whatnot behind them, and they still drive because they don't hear anything. So that's why the exhaust. I like the looks, I like the sound, and it was the right price because I got it, like I said, from a friend on a good deal. So that's where we went.
So which Delkevic exhaust did you have on your bike initially? You said a 16-inch black. I'm trying to remember what was the type of exhaust.
It was what they call the 410 millimeter 16-inch slash cut black exhaust, black ceramic. It was very easy to install. Basically, there's 2 bolts to each header pipe up into the engine, and then 1 bolt down at the bottom. Very, very clean install. Didn't leave a lot of gaps. It was tight, and it had a good sound. The other thing, like I said, I got a good price on it. And the other thing I was a little concerned with, because I originally was looking at maybe the 21-inch, but there was a lot of reports of the 21-inch getting in the way of the swing arm. And so I steered more to the shorter. And so that's what I purchased and put on initially. Then I came across a sale for the 21-inch Delkevic, that's 550 millimeter, but it's the bull nose. It's a different design on the end of it. And so I purchased that. And that was basically a slip-on. Delkevic does a great job with engineering. So it's basically you take the 16-inch exhaust, you slide it off, put the 21-inch on, and bolt it up. And in talking to Janelle at Delkevic, she told me specifically that the shorter the exhaust, the louder the sound. It'll sound pipier, is her word, and louder. That 21-inch has in my opinion, to my ears. Now everybody's ears are different, but in my frame of hearing, has a little deeper, throatier sound. And if you mount it correctly, there's some mounting instructions and a little spool piece. It clears the swing arm with no problem. There's no issues. And I like 21-inch muffler, and they've got a lifetime warranty on it. And and the bike sounds good. And I had those two videos that I showed the differences. And in it, I do believe it's a little quieter from a decibel range. So that's what I got now is the 21-inch.
So you've got the 550 millimeter 21-inch black ceramic bullnose
Bull nose. Yes. Yep.
Delkevic exhaust system on now. So why did you want to change the muffler to the bullnose?
Well, as you look at the slash cut, obviously, as the exhaust gases are coming out, they're going to exit as soon as they hit open air. And so the slash cut, even though it measures 16 overall, it cuts back a little bit. So the sound does exit the exhaust, if you will. The pulses exit a little sooner. The bullnose goes all the way out. I mean, it is completely enclosed. You get the full. And so I just felt that the bullnose would be a little quieter and would give me that little extra, give the sound pulsations, the exhaust pulsations in the pipe a little longer to resonate. And in my view, the sound is a little deeper, a little throatier. And there's multiple videos online on YouTube with that sound. So the price was right. The black ceramic look was right. The people at Delkevic are excellent. There's Mark and Janelle, their sales team. They're in Colorado, here in the United States. Excellent people to work with. They get back to you real quick with any questions or whatever you want. So I'm real happy with that.
Okay, well, the final question. Do you have any comments for those who want to buy an aftermarket exhaust or those who want to buy the Delkevic exhaust?
Yeah, my comments would be this. If you're not happy with the stock exhaust, you think it's too quiet, you want a different sound with it, with your motorcycle. And again, that's a personal choice. We all personalize our bikes and cars differently with paint schemes and all kinds of different things. But yeah, I would recommend an aftermarket exhaust on two levels. One, you get a little more exhaust sound, number one. And number two, you save a ton of weight. The Delkevic system only weighs about 12 pounds. If you pull the stock system off, it's a complete one-piece system with the big muffler in it, catalytics and all that. That thing weighs 30 pounds. So you're saving 15 to 18 pounds with a stock, with an aftermarket exhaust. And as anybody who knows anything about cars or motorcycles, when you start saving weight, that adds, if you will, free horsepower. You may have X amount of horsepower pushing X amount of pounds. Now you have that same horsepower pushing less pounds, so it will gain you some, if you will, a little bit. And it's free flowing. It doesn't. I don't know if anybody has ever really looked at a stock Kawasaki Vulcan S muffler, but there's videos where people have cut them open. It is baffled. It's got a catalytic in it. The exhaust gases are just running around all over the place in there. And like I said, it's a very heavy system. And I understand why Kawasaki does it that way because of regulations and noise and the rest of it, emissions. But I personally, yes, if you're in the market for getting an aftermarket, I would say yep. And Delkevic, for me, was in the right price range. That's another piece that a lot of people go with the Dan Motto because it's cheaper, but by $100, $200. But then they find out that a lot of them say, "Man, this thing is loud. It gives me a headache, running down the highway." So they get off of it and they go buy something else. So I've seen a lot of those kind of posts as well. I've had no problems with the Delkevic whatsoever. And like I said, their salespeople are great. So I would highly recommend Delkevic. You got a choice of chrome or black ceramic. Black ceramic's a little more expensive, but I think it really looks good on the Vulcan S. If you've got a bike that has a lot of chrome on it, or that's what you like is chrome, then they have that option as well.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank Alan for joining me in this chat and for his comments. I'm sure that you've all found them helpful. if you are looking into buying an aftermarket exhaust for your Vulcan S. Thanks, Alan.
Thank you. Have a good day, folks.
Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoy my videos, subscribe to the channel. Live stream is on every Wednesday night at 10 PM Brisbane, Australia time. You're most welcome to join in. You are most welcome to join the Quacker John chat room, and the link for your invitation to join the Quacker John chat room is in the comments under the video. See ya!